Great morning. Great morning. We got Atlanta in the building. We got New York City in the building. We got Orlando in the building. We got Philly in the building. We got Jamaica on the call. Wagwan. Welcome, beautiful people. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you are sending it to all panelists and attendees. Welcome to the call. I am so grateful, honored, and blessed to be on here with you guys today. It is Thursday, November the 2nd, 2023. Man, what a weekend. Type of one in the chat if you were with us in Nolens, in New Orleans, Louisiana. Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely incredible weekend. Like, wow. Right. We're gonna do a quick recap, and I know we've been doing a lot of recap, and today we have the all agent call. Make sure that you tune into that, where we're gonna be going more into depth. But what we wanted to talk about today was maximizing these next 30 days, right? Maximizing and multiplying in these next 30 days, because it is absolutely imperative, not only to our businesses, right, but our lives, our livelihoods, the impact that we're making in people's lives. And something that hit me this weekend more than anything, and it's like I keep thinking about it over and over and over again, was imagine if you're the reason somebody didn't get their shot. And I think that it is so important to just capitalize on this opportunity, because even when we don't feel like it, even when we don't want to, even when our feelings are hurt, even when we're tired, even when we're stressed, even when things are booming, even when it's going great, even when it's growing, even when we have to continue to push through and persist and persevere and just maximize on multiplying in these next 30 days, right? You heard Jesse said 3 and 30. And guys, this +6 has been absolutely incredible. I love the Club Seacret Plus. I love the fact that with this, you can literally increase your retention in every interaction. Imagine in every conversation that you are having, you are knowing that you are guaranteeing your retention, that you're guaranteeing not only your retention, right, but you're guaranteeing that you don't have to play admin. And if you know, you don't have to be at the end of the month or in the middle of the month, oh, this person's thing got declined. Oh, let's try to call VIP. Let's email VIP. Let's try to get these things going. Like, this is going to minimize all of those things if we just maximize on what they dropped. So I'm not going to take away from the recap. That's going to take place today at 2 p.m., but make sure you're tuned into that. But about maximizing, last time we were on here was the week before Elevate, and we were talking about cultivating an abundant mindset. And if you missed that, follow us on our Chosen Global YouTube page, and you will see the recording on there. But today, when we're talking about this 3 and 30, yes, Lisa, simplifying and maximizing. I love, shout out to Maxima Laura. I love Max's slides. I love how the simplicity of simplifying and maximizing everything. Imagine if the conversation, if we just started changing the language to everybody, and it's like, it's $99 a month. It's $99 a month. That includes the $50 product credit. And I think that us being on one beat, one sound, one drum, us being in alignment and saying the same language, right, in one sound, is going to allow us to simplify, maximize, and elevate our lives and our business like we never imagined. So when we're talking about managing and maximizing multiplication in these next 30 days, there's 3 things that are absolutely important. Number 1 is envisioning. Number 2 is committing. And number 3 is maximizing. So number 1, what does that envision mean? It means that faith doesn't maintain, it multiplies. So what it means is, what does that vision look like for you? What does that vision look like for your business? Write that down again. Shout out to Terry on Crook. Before the event, before he even got home, he had already sent me a list with 200 names on it. A list with 200 names on it. And it got me, because I started writing my list. In all honesty, I started writing my list at the event, and I was like, I named 75. And when that young man sent me that 200 names on the list, I said, yes, that's what I'm talking about. I'm writing. I'm going to finish my list today. So thank you for holding me accountable, because iron truly sharpens iron. What does that vision look like? A lot of our teammates already said, listen, Pam, we are walking stage at Playbook in Orlando. We are walking stage for 50-50. We're walking stage for 100-100. We're walking stage for 5-5. See, It doesn't matter if somebody else thinks that what you're walking stage for is too small or too little. What's your vision look like? If what you're willing to envision is 5-5 or 10-10 or 25, do you understand that there's people that have never been ever been recognized for their accomplishments and their achievements in such a magnificent way? How we get recognized here, right? It is absolutely insane. And the beautiful thing about it is like this, our recognition is special. Our recognition is different. Can you agree? Type of one in the chat, can you can agree with that? Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, yes. So when you're envisioning, what are you wearing for stage? What are you wearing? And I'm gonna take you and I'm gonna tell you to stretch it a little further. Envision your people walking stage. Envision your team walking stage. I'm going to tell you, I had a vision of our team walking stage. I had a vision of Terrion and Michelle walking stage because I already knew that they were so close. Like, we didn't even shout them out for hitting 5-5 because we already knew. Like, 10-10 was the minimum because the goal was 25-25, right? But we knew it was already done. And you have to have that vision. You have to have a compelling vision because that vision is what's going to pull you when motivation is not pushing you on those days that you don't feel like it, on those days that the no's are overwhelming, on those days that you are overcoming objections and you're going through the rejection and you're dealing with people's limiting beliefs and you're conquering your own to continue to persist and persevere and keep going. What does that vision look like? Ask yourself that. So important because, again, faith, it doesn't maintain, it multiplies. So if you have a vision that you know it's going to come to fruition, feel it, envision it, paint it out, draw it out. I want to know what you're wearing. I want to know what shoes you got on, right? I want to know what your fit it looks like. I want to know what song you're walking out to. I want to know all of these things. Like, what does that vision look like? And I'll tell you another thing. Let's not only say what that vision looks like for you and your people on stage. And what does that vision look like for your business? What does that vision look like for your life? What does that vision look like for your family? What does that vision look like for you when you no longer have to make decisions based on time or money, when you're just completely free? What does it look like for your fun? What does that vision look like for your fitness? What does it look like in every aspect of your life? Asking ourselves, so envisioning. And I will tell you, also, a great thing of envisioning is when you are working, like when I am sharing the deal with people, I have been back to back on presentations between our team and my personals, right? Getting back into putting in new blood myself. And here's what has helped also. When I'm having the conversations, before I'm having the conversations with people, whether it's a presentation, it's just a conversation, I'm envisioning that person getting started. I'm envisioning that person saying, thank you for sharing this with me. Wow. I'm envisioning that person saying, man, I can't wait to go on this trip because the stress that I'm dealing with in my life is crazy right now. And I needed this more than you can imagine. See, I envision people at 12 o'clock praying for an opportunity like this. And because of that vision, it's that compelling vision that is so big that it keeps me fueled. It keeps pulling me, even when sometimes things don't allow that are pushing me, right? That motivation is not pushing you. That vision is what's going to pull you. But that vision has to be bigger than you. That vision has to be bigger than only your goals and your dreams, because your vision and your dreams have to be so big that you're fitting other people in it. It has to be so big that you're setting yourself up for not only greatness and impact, but you're setting up more people for residual blessings. Residual blessings. And I can spend the entire call talking about envisioning and visualization. It is such a big thing. Type a 1 in the chat if you are getting something from this. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. Number 2, committing. Ooh, I know some people with there, they don't even want to spell that. Commitment. What are you committing to in these next 30 days? Faithfulness results in fruitfulness. Faithfulness results in fruitfulness. So why do I say that? Because faith without works is dead, right? And the reason why faithfulness results in fruitfulness is because anything and everything that you're doing, that you are excited about, that you're committed to, you're going to see it come to fruition. If you work on it long enough, hard enough, tired, do it while you're crying. See, when you're committed to something, you're going to do it until. You're going to do it no matter what, no matter who. What are you committed to in these next 30 days? One of the things, and I will tell you if you're taking notes, right? Because note takers are history makers and world changers. One of the things you should be committed to, that we're all committed, that I'm starting to commit to, right? That I committed to was number one, making a new list. Making a new list, 200 names list. The longer the list, the bigger the paycheck, right? The bigger the list, the bigger the freedom. Our teammates know that when we are doing our fast start and I'm helping them make their list, it's called freedom list. It's a freedom list for everybody, right? What does that freedom list look like for you? What does that freedom list look like for you? What is that? What are you willing to commit to for the next 30 days? See, I'm willing to commit to showing 5 a day every day for the next 30 days. And that's 5 for me personally, not to mention the stuff going on with our team. So I know every day it's going to be about 5 to 10. I'm going to average about 7 a day. That's what I'm willing to commit to. You probably do this on a spare time. You probably still have a full-time job. Are you committed to at least inviting 20 people and getting them on the phone with your upline? Getting them on the phone? See, because I used to build this while I had a full-time job working 70, 80 hours a week. And this is one of the reasons that I got so much respect and love for Michelle Briscoe on here and Tarion, because even though I'm working 70, 80 hours, they're still getting us on the phone with people. Why? Because they understand that they are committed to their freedom. That where they're working, they love it, but it's not their destination. It is their transportation. So their commitment is, I'm gonna hit up, no matter what, I'm hitting up 10 to 20 people a day. In between clients, in between calls, I'm walking to the water fountain. Hey, what you doing today at 7? Hey, you free at 7? Hey, you free at this time? Hey, you free at... Inviting, because it's about managing and managing multiplication, but maximizing in these next 30 days because of what are they committed to. So are you committed to a brand new list? Are you committed to a certain level of exposures? Are you committed to a certain level of invites? We should all be committed to a brand new list. We should all be committed to how many people, a number of invites that we're going to do per day in these next 30 days. We should be committed to a number of exposures that we're going to do in these next 30 days. We should also be committed to a follow-up. Okay, what does that follow-up look like for you? And we should also be committed to how many 3-way calls are we going to do every single day for our team? Because when you know that it's not about you, but it's about we, again, that faithfulness is going to result in fruitfulness. And no, Max, I am not saying that 3 times fast. Right? But what are you willing to commit to? So again, brand new list. How many people are you going to put on that list? You don't got to put 200. Maybe you just want to start with 20. Maybe you just want to start with 50. What's your freedom list look like? What's that freedom number look like? How many are you showing every single day? How many are you inviting every single day? Here's the most beautiful thing. Thank you for reminding me. Every night at 8 p.m. Eastern, there's going to be a leader going to war for you, right? There's going to be a leader, it's the military in me. It's going to be a leader that is going to bat for you. That sounds nicer, right? It's going to be a leader that is going to show the deal for you. Tonight, I'm up at 8 p.m. Eastern, right? Every single day, we are doing a presentation every single day. And I'm talking about every single day, we have people showing that are more than qualified to share this information to your friends, to your family. And maybe you're the person that's like, well, Pam, you know, I love inviting to a presentation, because a one-on-one, two-on-one, because then I want to put on my prospect to close guess what you could do? You could say, hey, right after that, I need you to jump on this Zoom really quick because that girl that was speaking, I want you to meet her. Or I want you to meet my leader. I want you to meet my friend that's having tons of success in this. Get them in another Zoom so that you can close them. Or if it's multiple of them, or if it's just one or two, get them on the phone with one of us. Get them on the phone with your upline. But it's about maximizing and multiplying in these next 30 days. So imagine if you had multiple people on the 8 p.m., like we should all be committing to inviting every single night, at least for the 8 p.m. Imagine if you have multiple people watching on the 8 p.m. and then you have 10 more people watching the push play video that Max did, or you have another one watching the Eric Grisbowski video, and you have 30 people watching the video at the same time. You want to talk about multiplication? That is explosion. That is called massive action, massive momentum. We are on the cusp of taking this company into momentum. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to happen with or without us. It has to happen with us because we all on here every time. You know, we love each other. We're empowering each other, encouraging each other. Our community is special. And I can't wait to see each and every single one of you guys on the stage. It was so amazing to see Lisa on stage, to see Denise on stage, to see Mitchie on stage. So Maximil, Karen, the Jadas, so many people, right, that have just earned this. But it's because of what they committed to. And I'm going to tell you that we can all do this and we will all do this together. And this is why we said, hey, you know what? We're going to keep doing these 8 p.m. presentations. We're going to keep having multiple ways that we can show the deal, multiple ways that we can help more people, multiple ways, because it's about everybody eating. It's about everybody walking stage. It's about everybody living out their dream lives. Again, faithfulness results in fruitfulness. What are you willing to commit to? Brand new list. How many invites? How many exposures? How many testimonies? How many follow-ups? 5 things we should be committing to. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot more, right? But those are some of the 5 things to maximize and multiply on what this is. Number 3, maximizing, right? How do you maximize and multiply in these next 30 days is maximizing. Here's the reality. When I say maximize, God is never, ever, here's what I've learned, right? Is that God will not multiply what we fail to maximize. God will not multiply what we fail to maximize. And the reality is that if we value it like an owner, we care for it like a steward. And it's not to impose my faithful belief upon anybody, but this is just what I believe on. The reality is that what we have our hands on is so special that it's about each and every single one of us maximizing on what we have our hands on. See, I believe that if you have a vision, it's going to come to fruition. I believe that if you are committed, you are going to see a fruitfulness that you've never, ever imagined. I believe that if we maximize this opportunity and we maximize the drops that they had and we maximize the product offering and we maximize this being back in stock, we maximize, it's going to multiply. It's inevitable. But are you willing to maximize what we have our hands on? And how we do that is going back to the basics, inviting and showing people and being a walking, talking billboard. It's like everybody I'm in Uber. I was having a conversation, closing somebody. And as I'm getting out of the Uber, I'm like, hey, give me a second real quick. I said, hi, I teach people how to experience more for less. I don't know if you're open or if you know anybody that is, but can I get your contact information? By the way, shout out to Max, because I'm going to use that every time, quick and to the point, She was like, I want to experience more for less. Can I have your number? I was like, sure. I didn't know if it was for you. And I like to do that because, again, it's weird. Cold market can be weird, right? And you got one time and you have to have enough posture to be able to do that. And it's crazy because I was literally the Friday before our masquerade ball in New Orleans, this young man, Uber has a package. It's like called Connect. It's called Connect. So if you want to pick up a package from somewhere like dry cleaning or something like that, and you don't have time, and I'm the girl that I think Uber made that because of me, because I was using Uber to like drop off my laundry, drop off this stuff. Anyways, long story short, I had some shoes that had to be picked up. And this young man by the name of Ernest was the one that was dropping off my shoes on Uber Connects. So when he calls me, he's like, I can't find the Airbnb where you're at. But he was just willing to go the extra mile. And I was like, he's like, can I have your number so I can just connect with you, because the Uber app is just taking me in circles and I really just want to get you your shoes. I was like, yeah, I need you to get me my shoes. Like, if you know, you know. That's a little important for Pamela, right? So it was something in him. And mind you, in this moment, Michelle and Terrion are very close to rank. So as soon as they touched down in New Orleans, they barely ate. And we were on presentations back to back to back, making calls, follow-ups, just on it. We're literally all in my room, just getting to it. And I was going to, like, part of me was going to, so I didn't, you know how like when you're in a flow, you don't want to break the flow. And part of me was going to stop what I was doing. And I didn't want to stop what I was doing. And I was going to send somebody downstairs to go talk to this kid to go get my shoes. But when this kid was going the extra mile, there was something inside of me that was like, go talk to him. And then it was something inside of me that's like, that's the type of people that I'm looking for. I want people that are willing to go the extra mile. I want people that are not just going to settle for mediocrity. I want, and I know one thing is, how you do anything is how you do everything. Everybody, right? I just had to say that. But the funny thing is, yes, Max, shoes delivered. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely. And that definitely was the Holy Spirit nudging me. So I go downstairs and I talk to this young man, and he just looks hungry. And I can tell that he was hungry because he was willing to go the extra mile. That's already what I knew. And I'm always looking for people that are willing to go the next step, because I know I'm always willing to go do more. I'm always willing to go the extra mile. I'm always willing to go above and beyond of what is asked of me, because that's just my personality. And my prayer is like, God, put me in alignment with those type of people, because those are my people, God, them crazy people that just want to do the most. That's a little extra sometimes, you know, those are my people. So long story short, I'm talking to this man. We have like a 3-minute conversation. And I said, hey, I don't know what you do, but I'm having a huge personal development, business, and leadership conference this weekend. We're expanding something that is going to blow up. It is going to change so many lives. And you just look like someone that's sharp, and you just look like somebody that wants to learn and wants to grow. I could be wrong. He was just like, absolutely. I just quit my job. 2 weeks ago, and I'm doing Uber in between. And he pulls out his phone, and he's like, and this is my clothing line, and this is my merch line, and I got big dreams, and I was in the military, and starts telling me his entire life story. I was like, you want to talk about maximize? See, that's one thing about me. I'm always lead by example, because I'm never going to tell my team do something that I'm not willing to do. He was sitting front row at the event with me all days, getting started, came to the training, came to the parties with us. He is all in. A lot of you guys met Ernest over the weekends. All in. But it was because I was maximizing on the opportunity. I have to maximize on this opportunity because I want God to multiply it. And I understand that if I build it, he's going to bless it. So if you're in a season and you're like, there's no fruit on here, again, are you maximizing on the opportunity? Because whatever you maximize on, he's going to multiply. And when we talk about having that value and valuing it like an owner, but caring for it like a steward, is saying we are CEOs of our business. We are co-creating this with Isaac and his family. We are Seacret. This is our baby. And we have the opportunity of a lifetime. And we have something in our hands that's very, very special. And I love what this weekend did for a lot of us, because it reminded a lot of us of what we have our hands on, but it also reminded a lot of us of who we're doing it with it, who we're doing this with is very, very special. And it's very, very, very sacred. So again, in this next 30-day run, are you willing to maximize? Are you willing to maximize on every single tool that we have in store? We have so many tools at your fingertips. We have these blitz going on. We have Zoom calls. We have videos. We have so many things. We're expanding in the Philippines. Excuse me. We have Canadian presentations going on every single Monday. So if you got people in Canada, look it up. You'll be surprised. I remember Max taught me this maybe a year ago or 2 years ago. And he was like, my friends who live in here. And every time on Facebook, like I did that in New Orleans, my friends who live in New Orleans. And I had 2 people come in, man. Last minute, they couldn't come. They got called into work, whatever. But maximizing on this, maximizing on your social media, maximizing on your branding, maximizing on all of your efforts, maximizing on this opportunity, maximizing on the products, max being back in stock, maximizing on all of the enhancements to the club, maximizing on each and every single one of these things. And if you're the person, if you're the people that's like, I know people here, I know people there, let's get them on the phone. Let's get them on a Zoom call. Like Jesse is moving for an entire year to the Philippines. They've popped over 100 ranks in the last 30 days. You want to talk about maximizing? They are maximizing this opportunity. And it's taking, and this opportunity is like, we have to take advantage of the opportunity within the lifetime of the opportunity. Tonight, if you are in Tampa, even if you're not in Tampa, okay, and you're the person that's like, look, I know somebody there, invite them out. Mr. Maximo Lore is going to be at Sea Glass Tavern at 7 p.m. A lot of us as leaders, we're going to be there as well. Invite people out. Maximize on this opportunity. God will multiply what we maximize. So invite like crazy. See all of the Zooms that are going on. See all of the live events that are going on all over the United States, all over the world. Who do you know there? And if you don't know somebody there, put on your Facebook, put on your Instagram. Who do I know that knows somebody here? Who knows somebody here? I need your help with something real quick. I did that the other day and I got 3 referrals for people in the Philippines. Got somebody to go out. They haven't got started yet, but who knows where that's going to go. Again, maximizing on what this looks like. So if you tuned in a little late, again, managing multiplication and maximizing, number 1, envisioning, having a visualization. What does that vision look like for your business? What does that vision look like for your faith? What does that vision look like for your fitness? What does that vision look like for your life? What does that vision look like for your team? What does that vision look like for your fun? When's the next trip you're going on? What are you going to wear when you're walking stage? What are your people doing when they're walking stage? How is the energy going to be? Envision, visualization, absolutely imperative. Number 2, commitment. When you commit, that means you make a decision. Decide means you kill off all other options. Okay. Faithfulness results in fruitfulness. What are you committing to? Are you committing to a certain level of invites? Are you committing to a brand new list? Are you committing to exposures? Are you committing to 3 PVs or testimonies? Are you committed to following up with people? Fortune is in the follow-up. As we're going into Black Friday, it is about maximizing on this opportunity at hand. Again, number 3 is maximize what we have our hands on, maximize all of the tools, maximize everything that is going on. Like Black Friday is around the corner. We have secret socials this evening happening in Tampa, in Atlanta, in Dallas. We got to know somebody that knows somebody there. Guarantee it. This has been your Breakfast Club call for Thursday, November 2nd, 2023. As always, it is a pleasure, honor, and privilege to serve. Great day and God bless. Breakfast has been served. Thank you guys so much for joining on.